Okay, so good day everyone. Welcome to another discussion on accommodation operations and management. So this is lesson 3. We are going to focus on one of the most interesting parts or one of the most interesting departments in the hotel and resort sector. So this is the front office department. So in this session, we are going to tackle the different objectives. So to review the organizational structure of the front office team to discuss the key activities in the front office. We are also going to discuss the importance of reservation process and explain guaranteed and non-guaranteed reservations. We also have to discuss the forms of settlements. We also have to simulate telephone reservations, simulate welcoming, registering, and escorting guests. We also have to do a performance of a showroom. We will be demonstrating a checkout process and explain the revenue management as well as a review of the key competencies based on the profile of the FO department. So, first and foremost, I have to introduce you to the front office department, particularly their organizational matrix. So, this is basically the standard operational departments of the front office. So there are sub departments. We have the reservations, we have the uniform service, the front desk, the PABX telephone, and the revenue management. So basically, when we talk about the reservations sub department of the front office team, so they are responsible in all the bookings in the organization. This includes the room bookings, the restaurant bookings, and other requirements of the guests or in-house guests. Okay, and then we also have the uniform service. So the uniform service are the ones who are directly the initial contact for uh, our incoming guests. So they are the ones who can be seen right in front of the hotel itself, and they're the ones who are actually involved in direct communication with our guests. So later on, we will know them. We have the front desk team, so they are the ones who's located at basically the front desk of the hotel. So this is the reception area, okay, where the guests actually process their check-ins and check-outs. The PABX telephone sub-department is basically the ones who's handling the incoming and outgoing calls of the hotels, and they use a so-called technology called the switchboard. Okay, so a switchboard is basically a one. It's like call center functionality. It receives it has one dedicated line, but it can be connected to multiple lines in the hotel. Okay, so it can connect to different rooms and different departments in the hotel itself. While the revenue management is more of the back office side of the back office or the heart of the front office team, because the revenue management team is the one in charge in the optimum revenue or optimizing the revenue of the hotel through the selling of the right prices on different products and services of the hotel or resort. So if we're going to look at their involvement in terms of the hotel cycle, basically the reservations team can be seen on the pre-arrival stage of the guest. So they're the first people who's going to come in contact through emails or through any booking medium such as phone or emails, yeah, or travel agency bookings or corporate bookings. The uniform service can be seen during the arrival stay, in stay, and even on the departure stay of the guest. The front desk team can be seen on their in stay, their departure, and also the post departure stay. Post departure of our guest. The PABX can be seen during the in stay of the guest. So while they are already in house, the PABX telephone operators will be the one to accommodate their requests. The revenue management is also focused on the pre-arrival alongside with the reservations team. The reservation can only confirm prices if it is approved by the revenue management. So basically, the department head of the front office team, if this is on a five-star level, 4 or 5 star level type of or category of a hotel or resort, we call the head as the director of rooms. Okay, normally the director of rooms is also the one who's handling the housekeeping team. Okay, but let's only focus now for the front office. So under the director of rooms, there are basically four section managers for a 4 or 5 star category. So the reservation sub-department is handled by the reservations manager. The uniform service and the front desk team will be handled by the front office manager. And the PABX is under the PABX manager, and the revenue management is under the revenue manager. Okay. Sometimes, for a 3-star hotel, if we don't have the director of rooms, the front office manager stands as the head of the department, and under the front office manager, there will be the revenue manager or the reservations manager. Okay, and then sometimes the PABX manager has been integrated also as the function of the front office manager. Okay, in some other categories, the reservations manager is connected with the sales and marketing. The revenue manager is also connected with the sales and marketing team. But for the purpose of our discussion and for the purpose of the 4 or 5 star categories, we will be looking at the director of rooms as our department head. Under the supervisory level, we have the reservation supervisor under who's directly reporting to the reservations manager. We also have the team leaders or the supervisors for the uniform service and the front office supervisor under the front office manager. The PABX supervisor is under the PABX manager, and a revenue specialist is under a revenue manager. In a 3-star hotel, sometimes the revenue management specialist is no longer needed. It goes directly to the agent. Or sometimes they call this as a revenue executive. Okay. Okay, and then for the rank and file, we have the following. Under the reservations team, we have the reservations agents. Okay, so normally the reservation agents can be clustered into FIT bookings, so meaning those are the frequent individual travelers. So normally these are for the family and leisure markets, and they fall under 1 to 9 guests. Okay, so or sometimes there are some hotels that are basing it on the rooms. So if the guest will book less than 5 rooms, it can be handled by an FIT reservation agent or a frequent individual traveler reservations. Okay, there's also the group bookings or the group inclusive tour bookings or the GIT. So the GIT falls under 5 and above rooms or 10 and above packs, 10 and above guests. Okay, we also have corporate reservations agent who only books or reserves requirements from corporate clients, and we also have the travel agency and tour operator agents who focus on travel agency reservations. There's also another rank and file employee under reservations who focus on online reservations, since right now we already have the so-called uh, online reservations, no? So they book under the online PAs or the OTAs, online traffic agencies. We also have the GDS or the global distribution systems. Okay, so they focus on that. Then for the uniform services, we have the concierge staff. These are the information team. We also have the door attendants and the door greeters. We also have the valet parkers, the drivers, and the bell staff. Okay, so the bellman is also part of the uniform service. The front office team focus on the front office cashier, the front office agents, the night auditor, and the business center agents. And the PABX normally has a telephone operator. And lastly, for the revenue management, we have the revenue management agent. So I hope the structure is clear to you, because after quick break, we will be resuming on the different cycles that are being done or the different parts of the cycles in the front office team. Okay, thank you very much.